Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another severe weather coverage live stream. We do have currently a PDS tornado warning in effect here for portions of Minnesota, going out for Atkin, Farm Island, Crosby, and Riverton, Minnesota. We also do have another tornado warning to the south. So two areas of circulation to watch out for. We also have this tornado warning south of St. Cloud. This PDS tornado warning is not confirmed. We did earlier see a very strong to potentially intense tornado that likely impacted a trailer park, so, obviously something you don't want to see. But other than that, we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings back here into portions of Iowa and far northeastern Nebraska, and then a couple severe warnings back down to southern Montana. But really, today's outbreak is expected to be pretty tame for the most part, not, anything crazy. As far as the tornado threat goes, but just want to pop on here since we haven't really been live for quite a while. But things are actually starting to get going quite a bit. Looks like the most tornadic activity, like the peak, just happened. But we're gonna be continuing to watch kind of both of these areas of circulation. And see if they do put down another tornado, because they are going through a very favorable environment. Surface space instability levels are very, very high. So, again, as these storms continue to tap into a better environment, we likely will see them continue to at least rotate, but possibly even put down more tornadoes. We do have a 5% tornado threat in effect from the Storm Prediction Center today. So, we'll obviously keep watching what we've got going on across these areas. But you can see dew points right now in the looks like in the mid 60s. So we'll continue to watch as these storms play with this environment. We do have an outflow boundary starting to sprawl out here across portions of northeastern Minnesota. So we'll watch as these storms. Actually no. Either that's an outflow boundary or that's something on radar. I don't even know, because it would be moving if it's an outflow boundary. It could just be a stalled out boundary. It's very possible. I don't know. We'll see. Some sort of boundary. What's up, General Hospital? But again, if you guys have any questions about your location, feel free to let me know. We did just get a new tornado warning here for Hill City and Blackberry, Minnesota. This is going to be for radar indicated rotation. It's actually very significant back here near Remmer. Look at that, guys. Right into here. This is south of, or about across Highway 6. Very, very strong and tight area of circulation. Yeah, that might be a tornado on the ground. Alright, looks like we do have a tornado in progress here. Approaching Blackberry, Minnesota. Again, this would be your CC drop. It's almost like it doesn't line up with velocities. Well, okay, velocities should be moving west to east. Or no, these are actually moving northeast here. So yeah, that is most likely a tornado in progress, unless that was their scan to go. I mean, I really don't see how it wouldn't be. I mean, they literally just issued the tornado warning, so I don't know why they wouldn't push that to observe. Well, it could be contamination, actually. I don't know, but it lines up. So, possible tornado on the ground there. Again, we still have this PDS for Crosby and Deerwood and Aitkin. There was a very strong tornado on the ground back here earlier. You can still see some very strong rotation approaching the Aitkin area. Paralleling Highway 210 to the north there. So if you are traveling on 210, make sure you are getting into a substantial shelter. But let me know if the stream is working alright for you guys. Looks like everything's going pretty much fine for the most part. I'm gonna have this play in the background here, just so everything's going well. Above my head, we do have PA storm trackers. They are currently on a storm in Pierce, Nebraska. So that's actually going to be on our southern mode, all the way back down here again to our little cluster south of Sioux City. Yeah, so it looks like they're on the storm back here near Woodland Park, Pierce, and Hadar. Quarter side sail and 60-mile-per-hour winds is expected from the storm here. So, trying to get organized back there. We do also have this storm up here near Winnebago, Walt Hill, Thurston, and Pender, Nebraska. That is starting to develop some inflow. Looks like we could actually have some significant damaging winds. It is currently warned for 70-mile-an-hour winds, but according to radar, winds are indicative to be at around 70 to 80 mile an hour, 80 miles per hour. So these are elevated. So definitely some 65 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts mixed in there. That's going to be possible. And looks like we could definitely also be talking about a small hail threat there. So, kind of, double hazard storm, if you will. But we're really gonna keep our focus up here to the north, where again we still have this PDS tornado warning. It is still radar indicated, but it was observed a few moments ago, as we did see a very large tornado develop. There are photos of it. It was a stovepipe. Again, I don't know if, this could definitely be contamination, but I really do think that there's a chance that we have a very weak tornado in progress here approaching Grand Rapids. So yeah, we'll see. But there are a lot of mobile home parks in Minnesota, so that's the big, that's the big problem with what we've got going on. Because whenever we see, these big tornado threat days, everyone gets concerned, because, there's a lot of mobile home parks in this area. Yeah, Haley, I see what you're talking about, the radar contamination. It's possible. I'm just pointing it out. That there's a chance that is a little CC drop. I don't know. What's up, Mr. Twister? New tornado warning here for Kimberly, McGregor, Farm Island, Hastman, and Rossburg. This is going to be for radar indicated rotation and ping pong ball size hail. So they have now dropped the PDS tag, at least for the new warning that we got. So as that area of rotation becomes a little less organized, we'll see probably the wording kind of go down as far as intensity goes. Let's see. This little feature here near Bay Lake is starting to catch my eye. It's very, very tight. Yeah, that is the rotation. So, things are picking up there south of Bay Lake near Whitehawk. We have 82 against, I guess really they're all going one way. They're all going towards radar. Whatever is going on down here is definitely significant. So, something trying to spin up down there. We got that new warning a couple minutes ago. Let's see, are my radar or my sound's not working? But they are. Something trying to spin up down there. Right. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning here near Howard Lake, Waverly, Winsted, Stockholm, Cockatow, and Dassel. In Minnesota is currently here warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds, half-dollar size hail with a possible tornado. You can see it is already developing a hail spike with that big-time hail core starting to develop there south of Dassel. So would not be surprised if we saw maybe up to ping pong ball size hail with this storm. If we look at a vertically integrated liquid, you can see it is maxed out on the last scan. This is a little bit behind. Yeah, it's actually very behind here. Holy crap. They haven't updated this in almost 10 minutes, but I'm sure the next scan will probably have this a little bit more intense. Yeah, I did see the videos from the PDS. It was a huge stovepipe. It was a very photogenic tornado. But a likely very strong tornado as well. So we're hoping that the damage wasn't too bad. I did notice that we got a damage report actually on Radar Omega, but it's now gone. Right, there it is. Okay, so trees fallen in multiple directions at the location. Time estimated from radar. This is from a train spotter in Crow Wing County, 1 mile north to the north of Merrifield, Minnesota. So that's the latest damage report. We did get a new tornado warning here for Neshawak and Marble in Minnesota here. This is going to be for radar indicated rotation. You can see this little couplet here starting to move up near Marble and Swan Lake. So make sure if you're in this area that you're seeking shelter immediately. If you happen to be in a mobile home or in a mobile home park, make sure you get out of there, because again, a mobile home is one of the worst places to be in. Worst places to be in with a tornadic supercell. Even if it doesn't produce, you're still at risk of that thing blowing over because it's such a high-profile vehicle. So because it's so big, the wind has much more space to kind of spread out and kind of push. So I know it's like hard to explain, but if you know what I'm saying here, that it's easier for the wind to push that down. So even if you don't have a tornado on the ground, you still have a chance of that thing being flipped. So you want to make sure getting out of there, especially if you're ahead of the warning. Go up the highway, make sure, find like a restaurant or something just to hunker down in. Anything, any substantial shelter other than a mobile home is a great place to take shelter in. So again, you can see the warning here, mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. So, you really want to make sure you're avoiding those places. But this seems to be a pretty significant couplet here, so definitely something to watch. I will say it's not the strongest thing I've ever seen, but definitely one of the more concerning areas of rotation we have at this very moment in time. What's up, John Paul? I was just about to talk about that little rotation east of Grand Rapids. Yeah. That's what I'd be most worried about at the moment. Looks like our area of rotation south of Grand Rapids is starting to broaden out a little bit. It's starting to make me think that this was not a tornado. They never did push it to observed. Yeah, probably contamination with that. It looked like a CC drop, but most likely no tornado ongoing there. See. Also, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Let's say we have 8 likes as right now. Let's try to get the stream to 15 likes. I think we can definitely do it. Viewership has been pretty darn good so far. So again, if you haven't already, make sure to go hit that like and subscribe button, because any support we can get helps a lot. Here's a look at tower storms from Stanton County, Nebraska. You can see some ominous clouds off in the distance there. That should be with our storm here near Woodland Park. Either it's just too far away to see it. Yeah, probably that's the case there. Let's see. I don't know what happened with this cam, but it is not working. Yeah, I did see the day 4 outlook. We do have a 15% risk for severe weather, according to the Storm Prediction Center, for portions of the Mid-Atlantic and southern New England there. So we'll be watching that threat as we kind of progress in time towards that kind of the focus day. But we'll throw in the SPC just kind of to give you guys an outlook as for what we could be expecting for the next couple of days. So again, today's outlook currently above PA Storm Trackers is a dual enhanced one going out for portions of central Minnesota. That's our ongoing tornado threat. And another back down here into south central Nebraska, which those storms are currently progressing into kind of the eastern half of the state there. But today's tornado threat remains a 5%, including our enhanced risk in Minnesota. We do have a 30% hatch wind threat for our storms in Nebraska. And then finally, we do have a 30% hatch hail threat. This is the weirdest hail map I've ever seen. I don't know why, but this just looks very weird. But both 30 hatch for Nebraska and Minnesota there. And then tomorrow's outlook, it is another enhanced going out for portions of south central and eastern Kansas. This is going to be driven off by a 5% tornado threat. However, I do think that this can definitely be upgraded to a 10% hatch tornado threat. Me and Davis were playing standings from the NAM last night. I really am worried for a possibility of discrete supercells. And if we obviously do get those cells that start rotating, I definitely do think some strong tornadoes are going to be possible. But tomorrow's wind threat is a 30 hatched, as well as a 30 hatched hail. So, very significant severe weather event looks to be, in play for tomorrow. So I really would not want to let your guard down. And then finally, for day 3, this is going to be for Wednesday. We have a pretty widespread, large, slight risk extending all the way from southern Michigan down through the lower Midwest, Ohio Valley, into really kind of the Ozark region, and back here into portions of the south central United States and portions of eastern Oklahoma. It's going to be driven off by 15% damaging, 15% overall severe threat. So something to watch with that as well. And then day 4, we have our mid-Atlantic threat, again, still with that 15% slight risk. So, really, that's all we have to kind of keep you guys up to date there. But back here to our tornado warnings. We did get a new tornado warning. I believe it's this one, but yeah, down here near Howard Lake and Cockatow. This also includes Stockholm, Rice Lake, and Lamson. Looks like some rotation trying to spin up back here towards Dassel. Or actually, I guess this is the old warning. I don't know. But tornado warning for these areas, as well as one up to the north here near Kingston, French Lake, Albion Center, Maple Lake, Silver Creek, and Annandale. I think this is the new one here. Yeah, it is. I don't see what they're warning, honestly, with this one. Looks like we could have some rotation near French Lake, but that's about it. But again, you can see how favorable this environment is. The farther to the east this storm goes, it's going to continue to, enter a better environment. You can see back here near Buffalo, the station ID. This was recorded as of 15 minutes ago. 81 degrees was your temperature measured there with a dew point of 72 degrees. So, I mean, there you go. Very, very significant environment. These storms are going towards the Minneapolis metro. So, eventually, we're going to have to worry about, the Minneapolis metro area just in general, but also, look at all these new cells popping up to the south. These are also going into a very favorable environment. I mean, look at these dew points here. In the 60s and the 70s. And really, I guess these storms are going to be moving to the northeast. Let's see. Yeah, I guess they are moving more or less west to east there. So if you're in the Minneapolis metro area, heads up. I don't know why there are lightning strikes detected on radar in Minneapolis, but like there's literally no storms there right now. Back up to the north here for our tornado warning for Keewatin and Nashwauk. Still radar indicated, but it's still got that pretty nice looking couplet going up towards Swan Lake, currently crossing Highway 65 as we speak, going all the way up towards Highway 169. So if you're in any of these areas, make sure you are getting indoors and away from windows out of a mobile home if you happen to be in one. 'Cause that's one of the more dangerous places to be in with a tornadic supercell. PA Storm Trackers actually is giving us a very nice view of our storm in Nebraska. I mean, look at that structure there. Looks like a very nice shelf cloud developing. That's a sign of indicative of very strong winds. Beautiful structure. Wow. It looks like our storm down here near Atkin, our area of rotation, is becoming mostly outflow dominant. So I really wouldn't worry about that area of rotation to produce down the line. I'd say more or less the Wealthwood area of rotation is what we need to watch. It's still very, very weak, but it's trying. But the strongest area of rotation just that we have at the moment is going to be up to the north here with this couplet that across Highway 65 near Swan Lake. Alright, new tornado report. This was made 9 minutes ago, 6 miles northwest of Wealthwood, Minnesota, in Atkin County, or Aitkin County, excuse me. Debris reported in the air and on the ground. Oh, okay, this is a new tornado. So we now do have a tornado on the ground in Wealthwood and Farm Island, Minnesota. Wow. Okay, so I don't see any CC drop with this, but this is your tornado. Right there. And it's gonna be moving up to areas like Kimberly, McGregor, Glen. And it's gonna cross Highway 47 here in just a minute near Rossburg. So, if you're just joining us, we now have a tornado on the ground in Minnesota. They updated the southern warning here. Yeah, Storm Chaser confirmed. So, new tornado on the ground here. Thankfully, it looks to be very, very weak, but debris was seen in the air and on the ground, so I guess you wouldn't really say that's weak. But yeah, things are happening. So if you're in any of these areas, make sure getting indoors and away from windows immediately. If you are in a mobile home, you need to get out. A mobile home is going to be damaged or destroyed. So you really, really want to make sure that you are getting out of there. But that's where your tornado report was made, and this was made 11 minutes ago. So it's probably going to be up towards the Thor, Rossburg, Glory, kind of Glen area here. Again, supposedly this is your couplet. If this is moving, let's see. Yeah, so they just issued another tornado warning here. This is going to be for Ottumwa, Kettle River, Malmo, Wealthwood, and Glen for radar indicated rotation and golf ball size hail. So I guess we no longer have a tornado on the ground. I mean, they just rewarned the same area of rotation. So very brief tornado touchdown near Farmed Island. I guess if you continue the loop, this was your area of rotation. I don't know why that pen size got so small. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I do need to get a quick glass of water, but I'll be back. Alright, I'll leave up the warning here. We're back. If you are just now joining us, we do have a tornado on the ground here, approaching Glen, and Wellthwood, Minnesota here. They reissued the warning, as a radar indicated, but, the previous warning got upgraded to, observed. So, a lot of question marks kind of left in the air here. Is this still on the ground? Again, it was chaser confirmed, so I'm wondering if there's a video or photo of it on Twitter or something. Okay, so they just... okay, so the other warning expired, so... Looks like we no longer have a tornado on the ground. Still very significant, rotation going over Glen. So if there's still a tornado on the ground, this is where it would be. But it's likely lifted, so... This little cluster of tornado warnings seems to be the ones that are producing here. It looks like our area of rotation near Hibbing is starting to broaden out there as it approaches the town. It did get pretty concerning at one point. Was very, very tight, very, very strong. But it looks like that is starting to kind of broaden out there. So nothing too crazy going on with that. Our tornado warning for Hill City. Still for this area of rotation that's pretty strong and fairly tight there. It almost looks like two pockets of rotation are developing. You can see the parent area of circulation kind of split into two there. Little velocity couplet handoff. And so the southern one seems to be kind of the more dominant area of rotation there. And then still no tornado in progress here for Kimberly and McGregor. This part of the line is mainly outflow dominant, so I really wouldn't worry about these areas. I'd say if you're in McGregor, just stay in your shelter, Kimberly. But if you're in Aitken, Farm Island, and Crosby, you can go ahead and get out of your shelter because you guys are fine. But we need to be worried about places like Glen, Wellthwood, Atumba, Thor, Eastlake, Lawler. Those are the areas that are up next. Again, this is not a tornado in progress, but we did just see this area of rotation put down a confirmed damaging tornado there with debris reported in the air and on the ground from a storm chaser. That is 17 minutes old, so after they updated the warning, or I guess reissued the warning, it's still radar indicated. But it's a very long warning if you notice here, so we can take away from that is the National Weather Service does believe that this cell is going to continue to rotate for a while, so they want to issue a a huge tornado warning, just so that it can cover a big chunk of its life cycle. Just assuming that it's going to continue to rotate and be able to produce tornadoes. And still 2 areas of weak rotation on approach here to the northern Minneapolis metro area. They are moving generally west to east here, so they are on a crash course with Minneapolis. These are very slow moving storms, by the way, so it's going to be a while before they can, make it into that region. We did get a damage report here north of Correctionville. Multiple trees down in Pearson. This is a report made from Emergency Management. So this is with our little line of damage and wind gusts producing severe thunderstorms now sweeping into portions of Iowa. The storm that PA Storm Trackers is currently on, I believe, is our storm here near Woodland Park. No rotation going on with this storm, but you can see very large hail and damage and wind seems to be the main threats. Really nothing much so far in the Stanton County cam here. If we go, let's leave the cam in Stanton. This will probably give us a better view. If it wants to load. Oh, right, this is the one that's broken. But that warning is going to be going out for Woodland Park, Norfolk, Windside, Pilger, and Wisner for half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, so. We also do have this storm here north of Billings, Montana. It is warned for 70-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar size hail on approach to Warden, Shepherd, and Huntley here. This looks to be a very significant severe thunderstorm. You can see a pocket of very strong winds. Again, would not be surprised if we saw winds. Yeah, wow, that next scan. Likely up to 70 miles an hour. But also some big-time hail, I think, is going to be possible. Yeah, look at that vertically integrated liquid signature. What's up, Patty Randolph? Thank you for tuning in. We also have this storm off to the south here near Park City and Laurel. They're going to have to issue a new warning for this one. It is developing a very nice hail core. Let's see, getting up to 74 dBz's. So, yeah, this thing is starting to ramp up there in intensity. So we'll see what that new warning is for as far as the hail tag goes. But this is all in the Billings, Montana metro. And still some storms off to the south there. Likely producing large hail and damaging winds. Yeah, look at that hail spike. This is near our Hillsborough storm. What's up, Jesse? Stream's going alright. I actually got some pretty good viewership going here. But that's the latest weather storms in Montana there. Other than that, we just have a few severe warnings in portions of Wisconsin, Wyoming and Colorado. And then all the way back down here, I guess the warnings are gone. Never mind. We did have some warnings back into Dixie Alley, but those have now been replaced by special weather statements. Okay, new severe thunderstorm, or tornado warning for Billibick, Virginia, Gilbert, Eveleth, Sherry, and McKinley. In Minnesota here for radar indicator rotation. Looks like they warned this, which, I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but I guess we do have some little rotation trying to develop here, trying to spin up, so make sure we're getting indoors and away from windows in the most interior room, closet, bathroom. If you're in a mobile home, make sure you're getting out of there. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay, we did actually get a new tornado warning all the way back here into Colorado for this little part of the storm in southwestern Kit Carson County. I don't think there are any people in this warning. I don't think the population is like I'm sure if you went to the warning, like the actual warning post from NWS Tornado, I'm sure that the population is 0. And also not really sure what they warned with this storm. I guess there could be some rotation developing back there crossing Highway 59. That's mostly about it. So they did reissue that warning here now, including Laurel, Sperling, Hesper, Yegen, and Mossmain for still half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. However, you can see that significant hail core trying to develop. We also do have this considerable severe thunderstorm warning for Warden, Huntley, Shepherd, and the north side of Billings, Montana. Again, it looks like that storm is now producing wind gusts up to 70 to 75 mile per hour winds. Do have a new hail report here, 1 inch hail in diameter from a train spotter on our storm near Cockatow and Howard Lake. Both of those warnings should expire in a couple minutes there, so we should be done with those in a minute. We still do have this warning back here south of McGregor. This area of rotation has been producing tornadoes on and off all day. But it really seems like the most potent area of rotation is going to be this one. So we have 13 severe warnings and 6 tornado warnings here now in effect. The storm here north of Casper and Evansville is currently producing hail up to 2 inches in diameter. This is in Wyoming here. Kind of surprised that it's doing it. I mean, let's see. I guess this is in our slight risk, but the environment is not great. I mean, you can see very low dew points, but the thing that's really driving this hail threat is our very steep lapse rates here, so that's mainly the culprit behind all this, large hail. But we also have the storm here south of Douglas with that severe warning for Esterbrook, currently producing hail up to half-dollar size. Okay, so they finally did upgrade that hail tag there for our Billings storm. This is now up to ping-pong ball size, so I believe it is... Okay, so it's not considerable for hail, but it's considerable for wind. So, the hail core continues to grow out this storm. Again, it's approaching Shepherd, Huntley, and Warden, north of Billings, Montana. You can see the storm is just now starting to get its act together. Very, very big, expanding there. So thankfully, the largest of hail, and really the storm for the most part, seems to be going to the north of Billings. But if you are on the north side, mainly towards, Interstate 94, towards Klein and Huntley, Ballotine, Shepherd, Warden, Mann, Newton, and Nibble, This is where you need to be concerned for the threats of large hail and damaging winds. But if you do have any questions about your location, feel free to let me know in chat. More than happy to answer them. We've been live here for just about 40 minutes. So usually, my requirement for a live stream is be live for at least an hour. And I still will probably be able to use that time wisely here, because we still do have some pretty dangerous storms to talk about, not only in Minnesota, but also back there, obviously, into Nebraska, and into portions of Montana. So the cell near Virginia looks like it is recycling here, coming out towards the Eveleth area. There are some population centers, some towns, some, heavily populated areas in the path of this storm. It is developing hood echoes, so very nice inflow starting to develop. You can even see some of the inflow contaminating the radar. But if you do start to see that RFD kind of pick up on the backside, we'll be watching out for a possible tornado threat to increase there. So make sure we're getting in your safe spot if you're in McKinley, Gilbert, Eveleth, or Virginia, Minnesota there. And also a rain-wrapped area of rotation, circulation developing here near Keewatin and Nashwauk. Minnesota's absolutely killing me with the town pronunciations. Alright, so we still have this tornado warning here for Annandale. Oh, and there it goes. So, two storms now on approach to the Minneapolis metro area. We'll see if they do throw out a tornado warning. Excuse me, a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know why I said tornado warning. That's the first word that came to mind. The reason why is because it's going to be going into a much more populated area, so just with the overall threat of damage being done, just because that's going to increase, I think that's why they would do it. Obviously, again, it has to meet severe criteria, but we'll see. We're 2 away from our like goal of 15, so if you haven't already, make sure to go hit that like and subscribe button. We are doing very well with this stream here, so I appreciate all the support. What's up, Kali Love? Do your thing, kid. This is amazing, young man. Appreciate it. Love the support. Yeah, so, really large hill, looks to be falling here north of Billings, Montana. If you're in Huntley or Shepherd, you need to make sure you're getting away from windows, because you're not only talking about threats of, likely up to 75-mile-an-hour winds, but also, very large hail, up to, ping-pong ball size. Again, approaching Warden, Ballantine, Shepherd, and Huntley. This is just to the north of Billings, Montana. and also a very strong storm near Laurel that's currently producing very large hail. I'm very worried about the city just because obviously there's a lot of windows. So. So I believe we should be down to 4 tornado warnings right now. Yeah. It is that time of year where you get popcorn showers and storms every single day across the deep south. We have a couple of strong severe storms out and about here across portions of North Carolina, so if you happen to be in one of these special weather statements, make sure you go ahead and consider moving indoors there. Just that there is a damage threat from a couple of the storms. So, our area of rotation is currently crossing Highway 27 as we speak. This becomes more and more outflow dominant, but if there were to be rotation, it would be somewhere in here. So again, this is going to be crossing Highway 27 as we speak. Back up to the north near Virginia and McKinley in Minnesota. Still, storm trying to rotate. It's got a nice hook echo developing, but really not doing much as of right now. So we'll still watch it. They likely will cancel this tornado warning, or at least let it expire here for Keewatin and Nashwauk. They could reissue a warning. It is still broad, but it is rotating south of Hibbing, so we'll see. Also, a new area of rotation developing south of Hill City and Hay Point. Let's see. I have a feeling this is one of our old areas of rotation. No, this is actually brand new. So they may have to warn this down the line, or warn it here in a couple of minutes. This area of rotation is approaching Ball Bluff and Jacobson. So we'll have to watch that. Again, possible tornado threat developing. But not to worry about these two northern tornado warnings. Really not worried about the southern one either. So it's really that one area of rotation that we need to continue to watch. Going back here to our storm near Billings, still considerable there for 70 mph winds and ping pong ball size hail. Still very, very high DBZ values in the Shepherd area. Looks like about 70 to 72 DBZ. So again, indicative of some fairly large hail falling there. Hey, what's up, people? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yes. Viewership has been great. We are one like away from our like goal of 15. So I would really appreciate it if we could get one more like on this stream. And obviously viewership has been pretty good, so if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. We do live weather coverage just like what we're doing right now for pretty much everyone across the country. Whenever we are needed, we are here. So. I wonder if I plugged my iPad into my computer, we would be able to connect the stream to my iPad. I don't know why. I have this crazy theory that that could work. Maybe we'll test that someday. Not today. But maybe if we do like a chill stream someday, I want to test that out. Because also I do want to show you guys what the setup looks like. Because I know I haven't really done that before. It's just an idea that popped in my head. Really nothing much happening right now. For the most part. Is Davis still alive? I doubt it. Davis is no longer live. Anyway, he went live earlier today. Let's see. Yeah. Starting to see some rain on our Stanton County camera here. You can't see it, but the storm should be behind this camera. So it's starting to get a little bit of rain and wind from the storm here. Another view from the storm is what we've got going on PA Storm Trackers feed. They have let us use their feed there for severe weather coverage, so. But you can see definitely some small hail is going to be possible. But again, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Still one away from our like goal of 15. That hail core continues to increase in intensity there near Shepherd and Huntley, Montana, north of Billings. If you look at your vertically integrated liquid signature, it is maxed out for quite a large area there. So make sure that you are getting indoors away from windows. Hey, there we go. 15 likes. Thank you, everybody, for all the support. It's awesome. So still just kind of monitoring these storms out here into Minnesota. Yeah, still some rotation trying to spin up here near Gilbert, McKinley, and Eveleth, Minnesota. So as that storm continues to produce a hook echo, or at least try to pop one off here, we'll see if it tries to produce. So they have reissued the tornado warnings here now for Chisholm, Buell, Cherry, and Hibbing. This is going to be for radar indicated rotation. You can see very strong rotation actually now developing there. Again, this is north of Little Swan near Riley. We still have this tornado warning here for McKinley, Virginia, Hopper, Leonidas, and Gilbert. So I'm actually interested if they did warn that area rotation we were watching earlier. I think it was back here. Let's see. Yep, that was it. It never really materialized though. Yeah, it kind of just fell apart. Still rotating though near Ball Bluff, but not really up to tornado warning criteria. Again, still watching this little area of rotation here near Leonidas, trying to spin up a tornado. Whoa. What just happened to Radar Omega? Bro, the hail threat is gone. They literally just completely got rid of the hail tags with everything. That's obviously a glitch, but I don't think I've ever seen that. Alright, we're probably gonna have to restart Radar Omega here. That's fine though. Alright, this should be better. That would suck though if it continues. Dang. I don't know what happened, but Radar Omega is glitching. It's not on my end, because we restarted Radar Omega. So, guess now we can't. Just not able to look at the hill threat. Chat, do we pull out attic radar? Let's do it, just because in celebration of it coming back. I love Attic Radar because it's like the one online radar website that's completely free and gives you everything you need. It's basically Radar Scope, but just online and free. Oh, and also, you get no weather radio. Are there any stations out here? I know there should be one for KDLH. Guess it would be this one.
Partly sunny. A chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-70s. Friday night, mostly cloudy. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the mid-50s. Saturday, partly sunny in the morning then clearing. Highs 80 to 85. Saturday night and Sunday, partly cloudy. A slight chance of showers. Highs 85 to 90. Lows 60 to 65. Sunday night, partly cloudy. A chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Lows in the mid-50s. Monday, partly sunny. A chance of showers. Highs 70 to 75. The extended weather outlook for northwest Minnesota, including the Bemidji, Thief River Falls and Baudette areas. For next Tuesday, June 24th through the following Monday, June 30th is for above average precipitation. Precipitation normally expected during this period is around 0.98 inches. Also, near average temperatures are expected during this period. The average high temperatures are in the upper 70s to lower 80s, while average lows are in the upper 50s. At 6 p.m. at Bemidji, light rain was falling. The temperature was 67 degrees, the dew point 67, with a relative humidity of 100%. The wind was north at 7 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.75 inches and falling. At Park Rapids, it was cloudy. The temperature was 66 degrees, the dew point 60.